what's wonderful is that it is a 200-page strategy to bolster the production of the vaccine.
Mm.
Um, it orders new requirements for masks on interstate planes, trains, and buses, the creation of a national testing board, and mandatory quarantines for international travelers arriving in the United States. Biden predicted that the national death toll was going to be around 500,000 from COVID-19. So just in the next month, we're going to cross a 500,000 person level. And I
Mm.
think it's him walking in there and then having to say, I have a plan for you guys now. But for so long, there has not been a plan on the table. He's literally, everybody around him is telling everyone there was no real plan on the table after Warp Speed. It was just like, it'll get figured out. That's just not a way that you run a government, right?
Yeah, you're dealing with somebody like Trump, right? Though, right? You know, his whole mentality. He doesn't care about anything. Like all he does is he's impulsive. He just works on whatever it is that's in front of him, and if it's not in his like whole grand scheme of things, you know what I'm saying? Like it's not a priority to him. So he's like, okay, we'll deal with this. Well, we don't even know if we're going to be in office, so why even bother? Like that's his whole mentality. I'm not going to waste my time on this crap. I'm going to figure out how I can make some money or do whatever it is that he's doing on the side on his hustle. You know what I mean? Like that's Trump and his whole thing. And the people that were underneath him, they didn't really care. You know what I mean? They were just working to work and you know what I mean? Like they were there for whatever reasons held him there. I don't think they respected him. I don't think anybody respected him because the minute he was out the door, everybody flaked on him. You know what I mean? Like I'm not gonna say everybody, but a good percentage of the Republicans that were kissing his ass, you know, in the beginning, you know what I'm saying, ended
Yeah.
up flaking on him. You know what I mean? Like I don't know, Pence is at the freaking inauguration, like it's cool. You know what I mean? Like all right,
I mean,
okay.
I think that is going to be the long-standing, um, what we're going to remember the Trump administration for, is that they just had a rotating office of people
Hmm.
for the whole entire 4 years, and there was no sense of calm that was ever there. So I also don't want to be one of those people who say you should all stay calm during the Biden administration because everything is going back to normal. I'm going to be one of those people that tell you be diligent because now things are going to seem a little bit more relaxed
Yep.
because you don't have a crazy person in office. Um, I will give him Biden some time though. I'm willing to just say that he's the candidate that won, and he's not just from like on a political level, from a primary level, and I got to give them some time to just do something, and then I can criticize you.
Yeah. I'm gonna be kind of critical from day one because if we don't hold him to the fire, you know what I mean. I'm not gonna sit there and badmouth him when he's doing something good. I'm gonna say he's doing something good. If he's doing something bad, I'm gonna say he's doing something bad. I don't wanna. I don't think we should give any of them any time. Like that goes even for the Justice Democrats and everybody else. I mean, I try my best. I'm not gonna badmouth them and try to make it harder for them by like, oh, these guys they suck. They're not for us. No, no, no. If I see that they're doing things that aren't in our best interest or anything like that, or you know, kissing up to the wrong people, then I'll make criticisms. Other than that, you know, I'm just gonna like like you said, I'm gonna give them some time to actually show and prove. You know that's only fair, right? Like I tried to do that with Trump, but you know, obviously he couldn't. This guy like the minute like a couple of weeks went by, I'm like, all right, that's it, man. They ain't no saving this dude. You know what I mean? So, but I have faith with at least Biden. Like, there's certain things that he's doing that's okay. There's certain things that I already know he's gonna do, like in regards to like corporate Democrat type of, you know, garbage. You know what I mean? But then at the same time, it's like you got to play the field the way the game is played, right? You got like the game is played with a bunch of shiesty individuals until we get those people in there out of there, and with more credible, decent people. But we're gonna only be able to expect what we already expected from them. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not saying we have to accept it, but we should already know that that's what's gonna happen. Like, they got their loyalists, they got their lobbyists or whatever else that they have to be loyal to. You know what I mean? And you know that's what it
So
is.
what we should definitely do, we should play the first clip just there, just because that this is going to be what business as usual, is going to be like.
VC1, right? We're going VC1.
Mm-hmm.
To establish a COVID response liaison for each state, which means every state will have a point person at the federal level to maximize cooperation between the federal government and the states. And where it falls short, to be made known about it, be made known immediately. And in just a few moments, I'm going to sign a declaration to immediately begin reimbursing states 100% for the use of their National Guards to help COVID relief efforts, something Democrats and Republican governors alike have called for. But the brutal truth is, it's going to take months before we can get the majority of Americans vaccinated.
Like, he's mumbling again.
See,
like his drugs are wearing off.
But he can't, I mean, the problem is that. Okay, so I'm gonna just give it to him. He used to stutter. He used to have a stutter. So I never make fun of him losing a word, because I'm, even as a public speaker, I will lose a word or two and then have to jumble over it. And he's not Obama. I mean, Obama was the perfect orator. He knew how
He
to
was good when he
drop a
was
line.
younger. Biden, when he was younger, he was pretty good. That's why the only reason why I criticize him now is because when I used to hear some of the stuff he used to say back in the days, he sounded well spoken, like, hey, da 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 da. He sounded but he sounded like more like a Republican too at the same time. But at least he sounded more professional and like whatever, right? Now he's, a little more laid back, I don't want to say punch drunk or whatever, but he's a little slowed down in regards to like all the, all the stress and all the things that he'd done over his lifetime, losing a child, all that stuff. Like, I don't want to say it's necessarily degraded his memory or whatever, but it affects people to the point where it's like I to this day, like all the stuff that I've done in my past, like I feel like my brain capacity has lessened because of the stress and anxieties. Like if I had more time to relax and chill, and he was, vice president, he's, working, what is it? He was a senator too, right? A senator and vice president, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so
Yes.
so it's like, like that's a lot of stress, and his child died, his wife died too, right? If I'm correct, or his wife is alive. His wife is alive. It's his
I
child
know
that died.
his wife is alive.
His child
both of
died.
his
Children, yeah. So that's a stressful thing, when you're an older person and your children die before you, like So I don't want to, I don't want to badmouth, but I also still want somebody competent, and I'd rather, like I said, Bernie all day. But it is what it is. Right? We can't have Bernie. So
See, I was going to ask you. What I want to ask you is that I feel like a lot of where he's coming from now is from an emotional place. It's not a strategic place, and I am not necessarily against that. I kind of want a president who's going to be a one-term president, who's going to show emotion. I think this time we'll see sympathy instead of just pure outright egotism and rage. I feel like Trump was egotism and rage, and now you're going to get more of this hyper sympathetic person to whoever's in the room. I think a lot of places have done a lot of good work on this, and the truth is Biden changes with who's in the room. So maybe we can get some of these policies that we need out of just effort, just constantly just being like, we're gonna keep coming, and we expect you to do something, and go wait on his heart.
Yeah, I think so too. Like I think when you're getting older, and you get into that and I don't want to say end of days for yourself or whatever, but you would think that the person would take the most like ethical, moral route, and try to like do the best that they can in the remaining years. And then if he's in a place where he is in power, unlike Trump was like, I'm gonna abuse the crap out of this. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm hoping Biden does the exact opposite, where he's like, you know what? I can't take this stuff with me or whatever it is. If I could like leave something here to make things better, that's how I would be if I was president. I would be like, yo, everybody's getting what they need. At least I'm not going to give them more than what they need. Obviously, they need to earn whatever they got to earn, and we got to keep an economy going. But I'm going to give people just enough so that they're in a position where they can go get their education. If you empower people, that's what will make the country stronger. You know what I'm saying? That's how I feel. But that's the thing. You get a lot of people that they feel threatened if somebody else knows something that they know. Like, you've been to like seminars where you got to pay for information, or you gotta do something special in order to get certain information, and it cost you something. You know what I mean? It is what it is. And that's a problem. Like if everybody was more open, we'd be way more advanced than we are now. You know what I'm saying? That's just how I look at it. You know what I mean? And because of the fact that everybody wants to keep their things secret and so on and so forth, and I'm not going to say that people shouldn't earn from their intelligence. If you work hard and you figure something out, you should get something for it. But at the same time, like look at was it Tesla, Elon Musk or whatever it is, and Jeff Bezos. They got so much money, they're not gonna ever spend all that money, unless they lose it. You know what I mean?
No,
Like they're never
no,
gonna.
it's impossible.
The guy gets like what
They
several
have to
seconds.
just lose it all.
Yeah, you know what I mean? They gotta bet it on something and lose it, right? Like they're not gonna. Impossible. They could live off the interest. You know what I mean? Lovely. You know what I mean? Like lovely. Imagine just living off the interest of what you have. It's crazy, man. And I love Amazon, and I like Tesla. Tesla's cool, but there's got to be some, give and take. You know what I mean? You got to give them what they, deserve, but at the same time, make sure that they're contributing back to society. I don't know. Everybody's crazy, man. This world. I just want
So I
everybody
just
to
want to
have, go ahead, more
to
compassion.
work
But go
together.
ahead.
To
Yeah, I
properly work
want.
together. Yeah. No.
Yeah, I want. You know what I mean? I want everybody to be happy, man. It's so much better when everybody's happy. But then again, I don't know. That wouldn't be real, right? Anyways, what were we gonna say?
I just wanted to finish up just saying that President Biden invoked the Defense Production Act to compel federal agencies and manufacturers to increase the key supplies needed to fight the virus.
Hmm.
Implemented new travel restrictions meant to curb its spread. And then I just really wanted to get to that last Fauci video, just so we get that idea of how, when you were talking about all these people that had to just be quiet the whole
Yep.
time,
Yep.
Fauci is literally the head of that.
Yep. 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 Fauci's what, number 2, right?
That's easy
I
too.
just want
Of
yeah.
what's going on right now, the team, I don't know if I can extrapolate other things, but one of the things that was very clear as recently as about 15 minutes ago, when I was with the president, is that one of the things that we're going to do is to be completely transparent, open, and honest. If things go wrong, not point fingers, but to correct them, and to make everything we do be based on science and evidence. I mean, that was literally a conversation I had 15 minutes ago with the president. And he has said that multiple times.
Kind of released from what you had been doing for the last year?
Yeah, but you said I was joking about it. I was very serious about it. I wasn't joking. No, actually, I mean, obviously, I don't want to be going back, over history, but it was very clear that there were things that were said, be it regarding things like hydroxychloroquine and other things like that, that really was uncomfortable because they were not based on scientific fact. I can tell you, I take no pleasure at all in being in a situation of contradicting the president. So it was really something that you didn't feel that you could actually say something and there wouldn't be any repercussions about it. The idea that you can get up here and talk about what you know, what the evidence, what the science is, and no, that's it. Let the science speak. It is somewhat of a liberating feeling.
Basically banished for a few months there for a while. You feel like you're back now?
I think so.
Yeah, Fauci, that's my
Yeah.
dog. Yeah, that it was crazy about.
just
Okay.
just so clear. No, it's just so clear, right? Like you can just feel the energy off of him, being like,
Yeah, he's just
"Ooh,
like,
I
yo,
can
man.
breathe again."
It's like that bully that was in your school one semester or whatever it is that you thought he was coming back the next semester and he got kicked out and you're like, yo, this year's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. You know what I mean? So yeah, so he's chilling, man. He's definitely a happy dude. I'm happy for him. And I'm happy that we have like I said, more stability in government because of that. But people are still not going to trust Fauci and all that. It is what it is. But
Yeah.
I'm just happy for him. I'm just happy for somebody who actually has a job still in their, and they can go back to work and be happy for once. How often do you get that, right? Like most people are, freaking work Monday. It's like, and then Friday comes and then Monday comes back real quick and you're pissed. So, Fauci's good. Fauci's chilling. I like
Fauci's chilling right now. That's all I
He's
gotta say.
chilling.
Fauci's chilling right now.
Definitely. definitely.